Sophie here, and I'm at Get Loaded in the Park with two members of the Noisettes. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Have you warmed yourselves up after your set?
Cups of tea all around, definitely.
Nothing like a polystyrene cup to warm the thimbles.
When you woke up this morning, though, when you saw the grey skies and the horrible weather, were you like, oh no, or do you see it as a challenge?
Challenge, totally.
Didn't see it as a challenge. It's just another day. I mean, you've got to take the sort of go with the flow, as it were. No, I was really excited that we had a show, full stop. Because last night we played a wedding, so completely, yeah. They can be a bit touch and go, weddings, so.
I didn't know we could hire you for weddings. I'll keep that in mind.
When's the date?
I need to get a boyfriend first.
Okay,
Minor
right,
detail.
Yeah. Don't do the boyfriend, skip that, just go straight to...
To the wedding, yeah. That works best.
I found my dress already, but I shouldn't be
Oh, I
telling
love
people
that. You got your dress. Really? What is it? Is it fishtail?
I thought it's like mermaid shaped with lace.
Fishtail.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, good choice. Good choice.
By the way, I'm calling it since today. So let's go around for old time's sake. I'll never forget you. They say
You finished your new album. It's out in September.
Yeah.
Finally!
Woo! Did you have fun making this one?
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, totally.
Are you tackling any difficult subjects lyrically, or is it quite an upbeat, fun sort of record? What would you say?
Wedding dresses. No. There's like, I don't think you can plan. When you plan to write fit subject matter into a song, I think that's more like writing for musical theatre, isn't it?
It is like me writing for like a play or something.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
If you just write a song and it comes out of you, it becomes clearer as the song progresses where the emotion's coming from. And there's always a variety of emotions going on, I think, between us. So.
Do you think you thrive better off being emotional, maybe going through turmoil, or if you're really happy? When do you think you're most creative?
I think it's different for both of us. I think we all deal with that in different ways. Like, I think that when I'm kind of more, when I'm more genuinely happy, I can write more. Like, I think that I'm more inspired to just really push it and like go into that world and stuff. And some people find it easy to write when they're going through like hard times and relationship issues and stuff like that. But,
Men's needs. It's different for girls.
Yeah.
It feels different.
Definitely does.
What about you, Shins?
Yeah.
What about me?
Yeah. When you're writing, are you better when you're happy, or?
Oh no. I don't really sort of. I'm not at that sort of point of self-criticism at the moment. I don't know. I never get up and think, oh, I'm going to write a song today. So I guess I don't know what it's like to force myself into a mood. Sometimes the music drives you, the music inspires you. Sometimes the journey on your way to the studio or whichever place you're writing inspires you. And sometimes melodies just get. I feel like sometimes my antennae of my heart and my brain just pick them out of the sky. Yeah. I mean, I used to, I think when I was kind of doing a lot more sort of theatre and lots of different kinds of art, I used to have like all these notebooks, and I'd be like, right, I've got to get that little poem into a song. I really want to, I used to keep all these sort of books, but now having sort of been on the move quite a lot, like in the last year, I find that I just have to be there and I have to really listen to my instincts. And that's quite difficult to do with strangers, but that's quite awesome when it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, man. Like sometimes people's spirits don't complement each other at the like genesis of writing a song, and you just need to just jam and have a conversation or watch a movie. Like, I don't like being in them situations when someone's like, right, what are we gonna write about? Really, have you not had some kind of heartbreak lately? What was his name? And I'm just like, excuse me, like, this is music. It's not like so you really have to listen to your instinct and put yourself in that you know, in that day. Just be in that day, and don't be scared if you don't like write. You know, like some people get forced in a situation where they've got to go to someone's house for 3 days and come out with a hit single. I think that's really, really quite tenuous, and be careful that if you're in that situation, you get to somehow be yourself or talk about what you like. Otherwise, it's not good. Not for girls. Not for this girl. No. Yeah. Some people can do it like that though. Yeah. Some people do like writing surgeries. Some authors do that as well. So there's loads of different ways, but you know, not right now. Yeah. It's just what's going on out here is just no one had planned. No one could predict it would rain today. We had to build the set list around people who were wearing waterproofs and make sure that we delivered a set list that was always kind of pumping, and you know, we just put like one sort of mid-tempo song in there, because if you're standing in the rain, you don't want to be reminded by a certain dynamic that it's raining, you know, so you can't really you can't hit them with ballads, you know. You know what I mean?
You got everyone bouncing though. It worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I saw lots of brollies kind of thing, sort of umbrella.
You showcased a new song today, That Girl. It went down well, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Are you nervous showcasing new tracks? Are you a bit scared of what the reaction's going to be? Or?
No, not really. It's just like you just got to open your mouth and sing. I think the only thing I get nervous of, new songs or old songs, is when you get first line blues and you can't remember the first line. But whether people like it or not, like, why are you forcing people to like something that they've just heard? You're playing that for you and for them. Not to be rude, but you're playing it so that you can see how it fits into the set, how it fits in with the previous album that you've done that everyone's got used to. So you're playing that song to give it a chance. But it's never going to learn how to walk if you just bring it out when it's all, you know, in suddenly like a top 3 single. You got to start working it in there. So if you don't play it, it's not fair on the song. Like,
some songs are grows as well. It takes a few listens for you to get the hook and go, oh, that chorus is actually amazing.
Yeah. And also, I think we'll play it slightly differently, or might be a bit more cocky when we play it next time, or we might put it somewhere different in the set. Yeah. So I try not to think too far ahead, and just get everybody to come together and be happy that, you know, they're where they are and we're happy where we are
together.
I think the best thing is not even to tell them that you're going to do that. Sometimes that we might spring that on people.
And so, do you also not care about reviewers and journalists and what they say? Do you read your reviews, or do you just try and avoid it?
I don't personally. I don't care what they say, but I think you have to. I think you just have to stick with your own journey and not how it could be influenced by other people, like sort of documenting it. That's their journey. You have to just follow yours. And like if it got to a point where you read someone really taking offence to something that you wrote and saying it was bilge or something like that, then that can, we're all sensitive. We all react to that stuff. So I think it's just better to be, it's better to sort of just believe in yourself and just keep doing it, even if you're writing like Metal Machine by Lou Reed over and over and over again. You just got to fucking persevere with it until you get to whatever.
It's true. Yeah, absolutely. I think as well, sometimes people just spend a long time on the other side of the camera or the screen or the lens, and they become desensitized to those who are on the other side. And you can't prohibit thousands or hundreds or an infinite amount of new people joining you on your journey because of one person's one person's
take on it, or
yeah, absolutely.
Lends itself very well to lots of different genres like jazz and disco, pop, like all sorts funky. So does this album cover all different genres? Do you try and get a bit of everything in there, or is it just a natural thing?
We don't have to try. I'd like to see the day when like we can just again,
we
when
need to write
we
a
do
text
music,
message.
when we do musical theatre, then we'll be like, right, we need to write, act 1, scene 3.
Give it a kind of classical feel.
Jennifer's lost in the desert, and this is the cactus song, and you're going to use the metaphor of a cactus, and the only cactus in a dry desert, her having found her survival. This is the pivotal moment of the play. Write that song. When you give us the coordinates, we can write you, I think, any kind of song.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music for the people, we're not going to sort of go, we're going to write you a blues song today, because the blues can be reflected. You can get very blues and like emotional melodies and lyrics in a sort of dance track, and you just don't know what the genre.
With us, when we come up with a song, it immediately has its own way of telling its own story. Like you can't force it into telling it another way. Like it just. Like, we got a song called Ragtop Car that has come out really country with mandolins and like loads of harmonies, but there's no way we were like, let's write this as a country song. It just came out like that. We picked up a mandolin and we wrote it like that, and that was just it. And but
certain songs on certain instruments, I guess it's hard to escape certain genres, isn't it? Because, for example, an electric guitar, a Telecaster playing chords, can have a certain sound, but then when the person who's playing the rhythmic aspect, let's say the drums and the bass come in and the vocals, if everyone's got a really, really open mind towards playing music, then I think everyone's gonna interpret your song in a different way. If we play a song with a different drummer, a different different rhythm section, if we play a song with a string quartet, it might sound more sort of like film soundtracky and lend itself to a
more dramatic.
A sort of exactly. Maybe I was thinking of, I don't know, it might sound more like some of the more dance kind of songs, or Don't Upset the Rhythm kind of sounds a bit more like what's the band with Minnie Riperton used to sing in a band called Rotary Connection, and then when we put strings with a lot of like quite fast songs, it sounds like late 60s soundtrack music. So you never know.
It's always organic for you, isn't it? Whatever comes out, you just go with
Well, it's not always organic. Sometimes it's synthetic, but if you try and pretend, if you try and like, I don't know, you just flip the switch. It's just like, sometimes, I don't know, it's like when you look at that theremin, that's like an accident. Somebody like dropped something and they found out that that's what ended up happening. If you play a keyboard in a certain way, it's going to sound a certain way, but if you have a little bit of fun with it and don't sort of try and copy too much what everyone else has done with it, and just see what journey you can go on with that keyboard, who knows, and it could have interesting results. Some might like, some might no likey.
That reminds me of that programme, No Likey, No Likey. Do you watch that? Or is that just me?
No, I don't.
Good. You're not.
No.
Okay, I shouldn't have.
Maybe I should, because I do like to indulge in the odd really bad programmes.
It's like a modern blind date programme. Have you seen Take Me Out?
Take Me Out, that's what it is.
Yeah,
oh my
don't
god,
do it to
that's so
yourselves.
frustrating, isn't it? It's the big red buzzer, isn't
It's
it?
so harsh.
Oh, but I love Total Wipeout though.
Oh yeah.
I want to go on Total Wipeout.
Is that one of your dreams? One of your goals you need to tick off the list?
I've made it.
Have you?
Yeah, once if I've gone on Total Wipeout and come like third out of 35 people, surely that's sort of
Done.
I'd love to go on Total Wipeout.
I want to go on Time Team. That's my dream.
Gosh.
With what's his name from Blackadder?
Yeah,
Robinson.
digging.
Yeah.
Digging.
Oh, that'd be
Sing in the rain. That's so sweet.
Wall. It's an old wall.
I love it. They find that much of China, then they build this whole pot and say that's what it was like. Amazing.
They miss out about a year's worth of digging that you never saw. A year of anguish. But that's good though. I love that perseverance.
Yeah.
Go on, Tony.
You mentioned Grace Jones, which is also a strong character, and she's always individual on stage.
Yeah.
So who other icons do you look to for individuality and just being themselves? Who are your role models?
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Just getting there quickly.
I just think if you've heard stuff that's really moved you, you don't sort of look to it and go, I'm going to make a song that's sort of trying to be like that. But it's just so much people touch you when you're I think when you're little, when your ears are really, really soft,
Yeah.
and then they just sort of find their way into music. I mean, it's like, you know, I love Jimi Hendrix, like Dan, but then again, I love, like, you know, people like Miriam Makeba and Fela Kuti have a big impact on me, but they're not like huge pop stars that somebody would say, oh, I consider that person as a role model. So I always, you know, I think you have to be a bit careful sort of by saying who you are, trying to sort of salute or whatever, bring into your music, because I think most music I've heard has inspired me, even stuff that, you know, I didn't really necessarily buy that thing, you know.
It's infiltrated somehow.
Yeah, it is. It's all there. It's like it's just all there.
Big mix, melting pot in there.
Kind of, yeah. I suppose, yeah, you've got the gumbo. Some people are like the bits of parsley, and some people are like the big king prawn that you
Yeah.
get.
Is Grace Jones a king prawn for you?
I'd say she's more like something with pincers, more like a lobster.
Yeah,
Crab.
fierce lobster. She's amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, awesome. We like to just throw stuff in just to keep the set, like, just keep it fresh and
Yeah.
try different little breakdowns and tags on the end of the songs and stuff.
Talking
You know?
about role models, you're a role model now. How do you cope with that?
Really?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So you're doing that Shape What's to Come project, aren't
Yes,
you? You're involved in that.
yeah, with Levi's. That was awesome. That was great. I try not to think about it. I just think this journey, we're great. I'm grateful for every crumb, and I'm grateful for when you get that big sloppy piece of gatto. I think most of it's been really a combination of luck and, like, just really,
Talent. Come on. You
yeah,
could say that.
yeah. We're enjoying it.
That's
But
the main thing,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, it's nice. It's a nice feeling.
Ask you about Lake of the Stars in Malawi, because that sounds incredible. Can you tell me all about it? Just the experience of it all.
You really have to see it to believe it. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful place. Amazing.
It's really hard to put it into words because they don't really do justice to it. The whole experience, it was amazing, just from day one, just landing in Malawi in the Longwe airport, and just, yeah, it was incredible. I just got memories like of being on the side of Lake Malawi, and then the sun coming up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and everyone was listening to Rotary Connection, and it was just amazing.
Oh yeah, they played the Black Gold of the Sun. Yeah, when the sun was rising. Yeah, it's a beautiful festival, and I think, like, everyone out there, Will Jameson, Kimber, all those guys are doing an incredible job. It's just a beautiful festival in Africa, which has lots of international artists, and a lot of African artists playing, and it's just nice to do a show there where it's not just about, like, you know, like the accolade of having playing, you know, kind of playing somewhere like Glastonbury where it costs, you know, like £150 for a ticket, which is also awesome to be able to play there, but to go and do a show and to sort of volunteer. I mean, we actually raised money ourselves to go and do it. Like, it cost us like £10,000 to be able to go and do the show, but the reception that we got there, thousands of people from all walks of life, you know, all from all colours of the rainbow, all these beautiful people and beautiful children. We did an amazing show with the Jacaranda Foundation, which is an orphanage, and we had like a 40-piece choir of children sing with us on stage, and they were between the ages of like 6 and like 16. And it was just awesome. Like, those kids just absolutely completely rock, and they deserve to see kind of amazing different styles of music, because music is such a huge part of their life. It's not like a kind of privilege that you can sort of download or anything like that.
So it's nice to be able to do that for them, wasn't it? And enjoy the experience together.
Yeah, but it wasn't just like we're doing it for them. We're doing it so that, like, we're international musicians. We're not like, oh, we're only going to play in Boston, and we're only going to play in New York, and we're only going to play in Glastonbury. Like, we play wherever the love for music is and what that can do. And so, it just feels like we're truly getting international now. Like, we've played in a lot of amazing places last year. Romania, We played this amazing show to like 20,000 people in Bucharest, and we're going to go back there and skip through Transylvania on like holiday, and you know, lots of really, really interesting places. We did a show in Singapore, you know. So I just think that's what it's about for us, the journey of like, we've always wanted to like, you know, be able to play all over the world and have that great musical exchange and that cultural exchange from other musicians from around the world. So we're going to bring something back and go, you know what, this is like what people out there are capable of doing it. And that's kind of seems to be how it was before this whole virtual generation in some way anyway. People travelled, but not, you know, a lot more can be documented obviously about that, and it's just nice to be part of a new generation of musicians that feel it's really important to sort of get involved internationally, not just sort of go where the red carpet is, because do you know what I mean, that's always going to be there, and that's an amazing thing, you know, that's an amazing thing for, you know, to show people how, you know, how well you can do. But there's something really amazing about playing to, you know, thousands of people as the sun is coming up on Lake Malawi, and they may not see another show like that for another 5 or, you know, and unless hopefully Lake of Stars is going to happen. I'm sure it is going to happen this year, but it's a nice message to send to them that, you know, people, musicians from the UK and the US, they really, really care about what they do enough to come and bring it on here. They're not just like all exclusively in their sort of world. It's an international language, and it should stay that way. Yeah.
That's a great way to finish.
Yeah.
Okay, just before we go, can I just find out where else you're going to be playing this summer? What other festivals you've got planned? Do you know off the top of your head?
We've got loads.
Glastonbury.
Come on, yeah, we've got this.
V Fest. We've got
Yeah.
we have.
What, in the UK or just wherever? What's that one in Bilbao? I've forgotten. We're doing Guildfest.
Guildfest.
Oh,
that
there's
one,
going to be a
aren't
Guildfest. Are you there?
Yay!
We've got oh man, such a
Shall we just say
Ask
check
manage-
the MySpace?
ask the managers.
Yeah.
No. We can do better than that, surely.
I'll research.
We've got 20 festivals booked
20?
between now and September, and we've only done
Hop Farm.
2 of them. Well done. We've only done 2 of them. One was in Istanbul, so
Wow.
and that was awesome.
We're doing Bucharest again. We're doing.
Hello, excuse me. Oh, see, they backed out because they knew we were going to get the dreaded question. Yeah, we.
Probably a subtle hint. Okay, well,
Yeah,
thank you
not
for
at all.
talking to me.
See you at Guildfest,
Yeah,
babe.
see you there.
Yeah,
And best of
awesome.
luck for your 20 festivals. Wow.
Yay!
Woo. An album in September. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, end of September, I reckon.
Brilliant.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Okay, well, check their MySpace and websites and all of that. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Don't upset the rhythm now. Don't upset the rhythm. Don't upset the rhythm, don't you dare.